Chris Aceto with Josh Lenartowicz'S. Josh, you're coming back. The story is from. You have two stories, right? You have the health story, and you have the growing family story.
Yes.
I want to know, and I think people want to know, is how do both of those, health scare and having a newborn, affect and help you motivate or demotivate? Or how does it change your mindset getting ready for a big show like this? Keeping in mind, it's a selfish sport.
Well, that's the hardest part because I'm having, a baby, William now. He's like, he just gives me so much drive to live and do better and provide. And I feel like there's a huge obligation on my part to be a better person, an athlete, to provide for him. And every time I see him, even if, you know how it is, you see him and they smile and all of a sudden everything changes.
I'm smiling at him. I don't know.
So that's like, for me, it's been the best blessing because at one time it was like the surgeries and and she was almost about to have the baby. She was like 9 months while I was in my coma first after the first surgery. And when I woke up, it should have been 2 hours, the surgery. And my wife told me, and she's like, hey, you've been in a coma for a week.
Missed the prejudging.
I'm way missed the prejudging. And I was like, no, I thought they were lying. She's like, yeah, you've been in it for a week. And I was like, have you had the baby? And then she's like, no. I'm like, you going to have the baby here? She's like, if I have to. Yeah, because I was just like freaking out because that's the last thing I wanted to miss, like my first baby. So having the first surgery, and like you said, it's a selfish sport. So I'm thankful that I took the Olympia off, and it wasn't under the doctor's advice to do the show. So I'm always going to take the neurologist, neurosurgeon's advice, and they said not to. And I'm like, I have a purpose. Even without the baby, I have a purpose to live. So that was one part of it. This time around, it was like, no, you can compete, you're fine. The only negative thing was I had like a seizure 2 weeks after the surgery. A lot of people don't know about. And that was whilst I was in the gym, like under advice to go and train lightly. So one thing I remember is putting a 10-kilo plate on a bar, and then the next thing I remember is, oi! And I was like out to my car, trying to get into my car. And I look up and there's 2 paramedics there and they're like, you're not driving, you're coming with us. And I said, why? What happened? And they said, you had a seizure. And I'm like, I do not remember. And they're like, it's okay. And, settle, it will come back. And that was the more worrying part because it's in, my sort of home away from home, my gym that I love and I go to and I work and it's a great outlet and there's all these things towards it. And then to have a seizure really messed up my head thinking, what if it happens again?
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you prepare for a show at this level, knowing that you have to go, quote, all out, balls to the walls in the gym? Is there the fear factor in the subconscious, like,
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, it definitely was. Like, I wish I could tell everyone that, my mind just can conquer anything, but we're human, right?
Instagram, you can conquer anything, though.
Instagram's all positive.
Killing it.
Yeah, killing it, in the hospital bed, doing my push-ups. It's, no, it definitely put a huge mental restriction on me. But I was very, I've always been a guy with more size, more muscle than others, maybe not the best shape, but I'm either come in really conditioned and flat or I'm too full and fat. So I just thought, well, this time around, I'm going to just do, a lot of cardio, focus on the diet a lot, and train and just do drop sets. So it was like lifting half the weight I would lift, even less to start with. And it was just every week I just stepped up a little bit more.
Are you going to, after this show, are you going to shut it down? Are you going to compete all the way through the...
Yeah, I'm going to go from this show to my, Australia, that's my hometown. And I love inspiring and stuff. So when I go out in front of that crowd, they're all really proud that I'm representing the country here and at events like this and the Olympia. And it's I just don't want to take that for granted. I want to be able to maximize that for as long as I can. And then I'm going to do Brazil, and it's like I really felt like I just needed to get back into the rhythm.
Swing.
Yeah, like this show, I'd love to say, hey, I'm driving for first, second, third, whatever. But whatever happens is going to happen. And I've tried really, really hard and given up a lot and made a lot of sacrifices. And that's why I'm very thankful with my wife because, having a family, it's not a one-person job, one-parent job. It's both helping. And, I've helped out where I could, but she's done most of the work, man. So, I'm very lucky because we create it more like a team environment. Yeah. And, so she understands and I understand. It's, I know never to take her away from her family, and she knows not to take me away from bodybuilding kind of thing.
Yeah, you got
so
a deal.
yeah, we got a good deal.
There you
and
go.
I love her family. So
Josh Lenartowic's knows he's got a good deal, and he's got a what's that saying? Behind every good man is a better woman.
No, but it's actually better when you say beside every.
Beside,
good man.
behind. Yeah, that was.
Behind gets you in trouble.
That's why I said it.
Yeah.
We'll see you, Josh, on the stage in 2 days.
Thank you. Thanks for the interview, and great to be back, everyone. So, thanks.